Hello crew, this is Robert Liebertz and this is your 7 Minutes of Piracy. Hey, thank you all for tuning back in this week. The video's a little late coming out this week, but I've got a really good story behind it and I'm going to tell you all about it. So I was camping this week and I was at the base of Mount Adams and I thought it would make a beautiful backdrop for me to cut the video. So I took everything with me. We arrived on Friday and it was cloudy and you could only see half the mountain, so I waited a couple hours and then you couldn't see any of the mountain and it was cloudy all day Saturday. And by Saturday night it was raining and I woke up today and it was raining. So here I am doing another video from my house, but I am going to get you guys out to some exotic locations coming up. So stay tuned for that. Let's talk about the channel a little bit. I'm considering changing the name of the channel. If I could do that without losing all my viewers and subscribers, so I'm going to have to talk to my YouTube guru about that. But one of the pirates in my house, and by pirates I mean my wife and kids, came up with an idea of rebranding this instead of Captain Gerard Sharp, which may be a little obscure and hard to find to some people, to just change it to 7 Minutes of Piracy, which I like. We were talking about making a logo and stickers and t-shirts and merchandising, and 7 Minutes of Piracy, the flamethrower. So look for all that coming in the future. But if I can do that without losing all my subscribers, I'm probably going to pull the trigger on that in the next week or two. So join me for that. So the next thing I have is I'm actually going to ask for your help on growing and expanding my channel. I'm still selling the books, I'm still getting new subscribers and stuff like that, but maybe not at the pace that I would like to. So I want to do something different in addition to the YouTube videos. I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm going to continue punching out one a week, but I want to do something in addition to that. So I wanted to get your opinion, if this was your channel or if this was something you were doing and you wanted to grow your audience, you wanted to share with more people, you wanted to spread the word, what would you do? I've had a couple suggestions, but I thought I would leave it up to a popular vote to decide what we're going to do. But I've had people say that I need a web page where I could talk about, I could talk about the book, I could post pictures, I could put updates, comments, the kind of things. Somebody else said a Facebook page. There's Instagram, there's Snapchat, there's Twitter, there's Reddit. There's a lot of things I don't understand. But hey, whatever you guys pick, whatever you guys decide is going to help me out, I'm going to do. I'm going to get my my video tech person on it. And by that I mean my daughter or my son, who's a lot more internet savvy than I am, and we're gonna move forward with that. So if you could vote in your comments, tell me what you think I should do in addition to the YouTube videos. We're gonna do it. So look forward to that coming up in the next couple weeks. So let's talk about your pirate fact of the week. This is one of my favorite facts about the pirates, and it's the fact that on a pirate ship, pirates were actually the first example of a working democracy in the modern world. Every single person on the pirate ship had a vote in whatever was happening, and that was really unique for the times. It didn't matter whether you were the cabin boy or the master gunner or you're cleaning out the bilge. You had a vote in what was happening on the ship. Now a lot of people don't know this, but the captain and the quartermaster were both voted on by the crew, and although the captain had absolute powers in times of battle or conflict, the rest of the time the captain's orders needed the approval of the quartermaster, otherwise they were void. So they had a set of limited powers and checks and balances established, so the captain couldn't just go off on a wild hair and decide on something that might be detrimental to the crew, because the quartermaster would veto that and then it wouldn't happen. Something else I found interesting, the quartermaster was in charge of all discipline on the ship. Any rules violated, he would take care of that. He was an arbitrator for all disputes and disagreements on the ship, and the quartermaster was also in charge of dividing up the loot on the ship. If they attacked another ship or sacked a harbor or whatever, he was the one who divided up and made sure everybody got their shares. Now, on a pirate ship, they had a retirement plan, they had health care, they had disability. One of the surviving documents from Bartholomew Roberts' ships talked about the disability plan they had, and if somebody lost an arm on the ship through the course of the voyage or in battle, when they disembarked the ship or when they chose to retire, whatever, losing an arm was worth 500 pieces of eight to help them start over whatever they were going to do moving forward. So very progressive at the time, and very enticing for people who wanted to join. Now your pay on the ship was based on not just your job, but your skill level. And there was also, this was one of the first jobs that included hazard pay. So the men who were working on the cannon deck working with the powder kegs, the men up in the rigging, working the sails could actually earn more shares than the people just working on the deck or below deck, or the guy down at the bottom of the ship pumping out the bilge. So interesting pay scale that they had. Now, a lot of sailors at the time, the term jumping ship, a lot of sailors would jump ship and become pirates, and it didn't have the stigma it has now, because being a sailor at the time really wasn't a glamorous profession. It was notorious on if you were sailing on the ship, there was low pay, you were overworked, long hours. You could be beaten by the captain or the officers for a crime. You didn't really have the representation that you had on a pirate ship. There was no requirement for food, so a lot of people went hungry. There was starvation, there was disease. One of the biggest things, though, is no matter how hard you worked, all your blood, sweat, and tears that you put in as a sailor, you ended up making somebody else rich. Now, once you jump ship and you become a pirate, you're working with, you've got this family, you guys are working together, your blood, sweat, and tears, everything you put into it is making you and your family better off. So that's my pirate fact of the week, working democracy on a pirate ship. So let's talk about your pirate drink of the week. There is tons of alcoholic drinks out there, and I'm just going to cover...
Captain?
Darling. I'm just going to cover the alcoholic drinks that I like because, well, it's my pirate channel. So one of my favorite drinks is a Mermaid Rum Punch. Really easy to make, and it looks fantastic. It's got a beautiful Caribbean blue to it. So 8 ounces of white rum, 8 ounces of coconut rum, 8 ounces of blue curacao, 24 ounces of pineapple juice, and then 4 ounces of lime juice. Pineapple and the lime kind of help offset the rum, and it's really smooth to drink. We joke about the fact that it's called a Mermaid Rum Punch because you drink about 3 of these, and you're at a bar, and the girl sitting next to you starts to look like a mermaid, and you take her home, and then you wake up in the morning, and you could be in bed with a sea manatee. Hey, that's on you. Don't blame it on the rum punch. But that's my pirate drink of the week. And there you go. There's your 7 minutes of piracy for this week. Hey, thank you for tuning in. For those of you who've subscribed, I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would be honored. Hit the subscribe button. You can click on the bell, and every time I push out a video, you'll be notified. Hey, thanks for tuning in. And until we see each other again, my friends, fair winds.